What if I asked you a simple question? Who was the first human to ever fall in love? And more importantly, how did they even know it was love? They had no books, no poems, no love stories, and not even a word to describe what they were feeling. The truth is, no one knows the answer. No cave painting, no ancient manuscript, and no archaeological discovery has ever revealed lovers were. But that's exactly where this story becomes fascinating, because some scientists believe that love wasn't something humans suddenly invented. Instead, it may have slowly evolved alongside us over hundreds. If that's true, then the first love story didn't begin with flowers, or rings, or even a kiss. It may have begun with something far more important: survival. To understand why, we need to travel back roughly 100,000 years. There were no cities, no roads, no homes. Every sunrise brought the same terrifying question: would you survive until tomorrow? Food wasn't guaranteed. A failed hunt could mean starvation. Predators were everywhere. In a world like that, trusting the wrong person could cost you your life. Yet researchers studying modern hunter-gatherer societies have noticed something remarkable. People who formed strong, lasting social bonds often survived longer than those who remained isolated. Their children were also more likely to reach adulthood. In other words, relationships weren't just emotional. They offered a real survival advantage. But was that already love? Probably not, because surviving together and choosing one person above everyone else are two very different things. That's why scientists continue asking another question: when did humans begin choosing the same partner again and again? To search for the answer, they turned to our closest living relatives, chimpanzees and bonobos. Their behavior still offers remarkable clues about our own distant past. But what did scientists discover that made them think the story of love might actually be older than humanity itself? That's where the real mystery begins. But what if love didn't begin with humans at all? Then where did it come from? To answer that question, scientists turned to our closest living relatives, chimpanzees and bonobos. Humans share nearly 98% of their DNA with them, but the most fascinating part isn't their DNA, it's their behavior. Researchers have observed that many chimpanzees maintain strong social bonds for years. They help one another, share food, protect each other from danger, and even care for their young together. Bonobos go even further. They use social behavior to reduce tension, resolve conflicts, and strengthen relationships within their groups. That doesn't mean they experience love exactly the way humans do, but it does suggest that the roots of deep social connection may be far older than our own species. Then, around 300,000 years ago, Homo sapiens appeared. Human babies were different. Unlike most animals, they couldn't survive on their own after just a few months. They needed years of care, protection, and constant attention. Some evolutionary scientists believe this may have encouraged longer-lasting partnerships. Adults who stayed together were often better able to raise children successfully, giving those families a greater chance of survival. But does that mean this was the beginning of love? The honest answer is, we don't know. No scientist has ever found evidence of the world's first couple. Love doesn't leave marks on stone. It isn't buried inside bones, and it can't be uncovered by archaeologists thousands of years later, yet its effects may still be visible. Humans didn't become the dominant species simply because we were the strongest. We survived because we learned to trust one another, to work together, and to build lasting relationships. Perhaps over countless generations, those relationships slowly evolved into the emotion we now call love. When did the first human fall in love? We may never know, but one thing seems almost certain: the first love story probably wasn't written. It wasn't carved into stone, and no one was there to witness it. It may have happened the very first time one person risked everything for another, waited for someone to return, or realized that life no longer felt complete without them. And perhaps every heartbeat we call love today is an echo of a story that began hundreds of thousands of years ago.